Hello, everyone. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Are you wearing green, Christy?
Mm-hmm.
Christy's like, if you aren't wearing green, I'm going to pinch you. So I literally had to go change. And the only thing that I have that's green is this lime green workout tank. But, and then I'm like, wait a minute, how is Christy going to reach me through the computer? And then I'm like, wait a minute, it's Christy. She will figure out a way. It is my last day of spring break. Hey, cool gamer. I honestly can't believe it. It's went by really fast. Now, when do your kids have spring break?
Oh no, let me go check. Right now, I'm trying to book my room for my work trip next month.
We'll do that first and then look.
Well, I'm asking my boss a question. He's going to, and he picked the hotel, and I've stayed at that hotel before, and I'm not a fan of it because they have red walls, and that's just creepy. I mean, it's not a cheap place. It's like $159 a night, and which is moderately. It's mediocre. Like our max for that area is like 195, and so I mean, there are hotels out there that are 195, but he's kind of like more of a budget person. So
red walls would scare me.
Well, it's just one red wall, and the king room, the room with the one king bed, and I'm going like it's just me, so it would be one king bed. Is the one with the red wall. The one with the two queens does not have a red wall. I just had a bad experience at that hotel the last time I stayed at that hotel. Like all around. So they lost hi, cool gamer. They lost my reservation. And the hotel was booked out because there was an event going on in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to upgrade me to VP, like the VP level where they have like a lounge and stuff. Mm-hmm. So they did with no extra charge. But I guess that they kind of did away with their VP stuff. So you know how they have like breakfast or whatever?
Yes.
They didn't have that. All they had was an open area that had a couple of couches in it, and it looked pretty bare. So the first room they gave me, I go into it, and the mattress is leaned up against the wall, and there are like dead bugs all in there.
Ew.
So then I go back down to the lobby and was like, yeah, that room's not livable whatsoever. The wall mattress is against the wall. There's dead bugs on the nightstand. So they gave me another room right across the hall from it. So if there's dead bugs in that room, what do you think's in the other room?
Right.
And like I go back down there and I was like, okay, this one, the mattress and bedding is at least on the bed, but there's dead bugs on the counter. So then they give me another room that's just further down the hall, same floor, because it's the VP level. And I go in there and I'm like, okay, whatever, this will do. And I was super uncomfortable the entire time in that room because
I was too.
Of the bug experience and the freaking red wall.
Yeah.
It was so dim in there.
Like the bug thing would have had me finding a whole new hotel. I'd have been like, nope, not even.
Well, my whole party, like I was traveling with 4 other people from work. 3. Wait a minute, it was 4. 4. Yeah, it was 4 other people from work, and they were all in that hotel. And he was like, we can get you in a hotel across the street, but then you have to walk across the busy highway every morning to get in the car because we had a rental car. And because we had a rental car, I was not authorized to use Uber because the rental car was for all 5 of us. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't want to walk across a big busy highway every day just to get to the car.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you just come pick me up?
Right.
Like,
Can you just like Can't you just like swing over?
Hey, Jamie. So yeah, it was.
Hey, Jamie.
I hate it. That's his favorite place to stay because he has the rewards for that hotel. And I mean, everybody can sign up for rewards for any hotel, but that's
Right.
apparently the hotel he stays at all the time. But then again, the last time we went down there, I stayed at the Nilo, which is a Hilton hotel, and it's like a New York style loft room. And the room was cool, but it wasn't functional. The sink was like this big, and you try to wash your hands and water splatters everywhere. And you're like, okay, so I don't really want to stay there. And then like all the other hotels they're reasonable. Like, I mean, I don't know why he likes this one. Because I found one and I was like, this one's way better, and it's only like $20 more, which puts us under the $195 mark.
There you go.
Hi, Christine.
Hello.
But he doesn't want to stay there, and he wants me to book the hotel at the same place that he's at. And I'm like, ugh. Although it looks like the king size room might be out of commission. I may have to just do a queen size, 2 queens, which is fine with me. I think I do have a program for this. Let me see.
I would be like just like grossed out and not be able to stay there. Like after that experience, I would be surprised. Like that surprised me that he's like, yeah, we're gonna stay there again.
Well, he stays there all the time when he goes down there, and he goes down there more than I do because he's a director and he would. But yeah, I was just like, ugh. I don't like. He knows I don't like that place. But whatever.
It is what it is.
Yes, it is. It is. Entering in my. I have so many hotel reward programs. It's ridiculous.
I think everyone does.
I didn't used to. The cancellation policy is good, so we're good.
Well, that's good. That's at least a positive.
I'll try to talk him into a different hotel. Like, can we please stay somewhere else? I've stayed at this one before. I don't like it.
That's when you go, well, you got to pick last time. This time it's my turn.
I got to pick the last time. So I didn't really get to pick. It was for 4 of us, and please indicate that you have read the rules. Okay, I have read the rules. Thanks. There were 4 of us, and he picked 4 hotels and said pick between the 4. One of them was this hotel, and I was like, we're not even staying there. That's out of the question. And the other 2 were meh. And so I picked the Nilo, which is the New York style loft hotels created by Hilton. Everybody liked their room. We all liked our room in general, but it was definitely specific. Like, because it's loft style, everything's extra small, like the sink. And then the shower's really small and weird. And like everything was smaller. I don't know.
Yeah. When we travel, we tend to stay at Hilton's too. On our way back from Florida, we stopped in Paducah, Kentucky at a brewery, and typically breweries are really good. But in Paducah, they actually have 2 of them, and they're right across the the interstate from each other. And the one that we stayed at seemed old. And good morning, Raising a Disney Princess. Um, I like they gave us a room and we went in there and like we had been up since like 5 o'clock or a little before Florida time. And we get to the room and it's right there connected to the pool. Like it literally had a window that looked into the pool area. And I looked at Sam and I go, "Oh, this isn't going to be good." And he's like, "No, it'll be fine. Let's just let's go grab something to eat, and then we will, we'll get some rest."
You know, the Hilton has an app where you can pick your room before you check in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. This was a Drury. So this.
Sorry, you said
okay.
Hilton a minute ago, but yeah, Drury. My husband used to stay there for his work.
So we ate the continental dinner type thing that they offer, and we went back to our room, and you could hear like all of a sudden you could start hearing people screaming and yelling and splashing. They decided to have a birthday party in the pool area at 8 o'clock at night. And I went to Sam was like, "It'll be okay, just put your headphones in, it'll be okay." And I'm like, no, this is not. So I went to the front desk and I'm like, this is not going to work. There's, the pool didn't close until 11 p.m. So like still 3 hours away. And I'm like, I can't wait to go to bed until 11 p.m. And I'm like, we've been on the road since before 5 Florida time. Is there anything else is there another room that you could give us? And they're like, no, we don't have any more king rooms because we were in a king bedroom on the bottom floor. And I'm like, I would be willing to, we would take a 2 queen. It's fine. And the guy goes, there's nothing I can do. And the manager happened to walk up and goes, what's going on? And he was like, she's just complaining. She wants a different room. And she's like, okay, what's going on? And she's like, okay, go on back to your room and we'll get this figured out. I'm like, fine, nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to have to deal with that. I literally went into the bathroom and started to have a panic attack. Like it was that bad. You could hear them screaming in the bathroom of this room. And I'm like, this should not be a room like to rent out to anybody. And about 2 minutes after I got back to the room, the room phone rang and it's the manager. And she's like, we have another room for you. It's on the same hallway that you're in, but it's down at the very far end. It's a 2 queen, and we're really sorry for the inconvenience. And we're going to comp your room, so we're going to reverse the charges. And I'm like, okay, I'll come and get the keys. And she's like, no, I'll be down there to deliver them to you in a minute. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it was, and I told her, I said, that can't be a room that's she's like, yeah, we get a lot of people complaining about that room. Well, sorry, no shit, Sherlock.
Then remove it from being a room and put it in something else.
Make it something else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, the window was wider than my arm span. It was horrible.
So when I was at the Nilo, they had a BMW conference going on.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of BMWs in the parking lot, and they had the conference at the Nilo, which is fine. It was on the bottom floor, and they had some conference centers and stuff. But we all have like our rooms on different floors and stuff. We're not usually on the same floor. Well, I guess like my boss and one of my coworkers were on the same floor, and then the other person was on like, I don't know, I think the 4th floor, and I was on the 3rd floor. So 2 were on the 2nd floor, I was on the 3rd floor, and 1 was on the 4th floor. And I'm going to my room. I'm laying down. It's like 9:00 at night. And I start hearing banging on my door. And I'm like, can I help you? And it was this guy with an accent, like an accent. So an accent from another country. I'm not going to venture to guess what country because I never looked to see who he was because he had me freaked out. And he was like, let me in, let me in. I'm like, no. And about 5 minutes went past of him banging, asking me to let him in. And you would think, like me responding, no, I'm not letting you in, that he would have recognized that my accent did not match his and he was probably at the wrong room. I'm imagining he was intoxicated, maybe.
Probably.
But it freaked me out so much that I couldn't sleep. So I went down to the lobby and told them about it. And they immediately signed me a new room on a different floor, on the 5th floor.
Nice.
I was freaked out.
Well,
and I told my boss and colleagues about it the next day, and they're like, "You're so sensitive." I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm a woman by myself, and then some strange man is banging on my door to tell me to let them in."
What, baby?
That would freak anyone out.
It would freak anyone out. What? Peaches is very opinionated about something this morning. I hear you, but you don't need anything. You have food and you have water. You don't need a treat every day. Oh, I know you think you do. I'm so mean.
Spring break is the week that I'm in San Diego.
Oh, nice. So you won't have to entertain your kids?
No, my husband will, though.
I have my Stanley Cup.
Nice.
I got it last weekend. But what was that?
That was my messenger.
Oh, I'm looking around going, what just made that noise?
Yesterday, it was early in the morning. Yesterday was so busy. It was early in the morning, like 7:40. So I'm making bacon and eating and doing work at the same time, making coffee, making me and my husband cappuccinos. I have a cappuccino machine, like a manual one, not one that's like K-Pods or whatever. And my boss calls me along with one of my other coworkers, and there's like some sort of urgent issue. So we're on the phone, and then at 8:00, I had to start a conference call. Like, it wasn't a conference call. It was like a training session that they normally do in person, but they do a lot of virtual ones now. So it was up on one screen. They were on the other, and I'm hearing both, and I'm trying to talk to them. I'm talking really loud. And then they're like, "Why are you so loud?" Like, "Well, I'm doing a training session and talking to you at the same time and making bacon. Speaking of that, I got to go check the bacon and make sure it's not burnt." It was all crazy. And my employee, I was talking to her yesterday because she was pinging me needing help. And I was like, "Sorry, I couldn't get to you." And I told her what was going on. And she just started cracking up. And then this morning she's like, "I'm making bacon." And it made me think of you.
I'm very excited. I don't have to cook dinner tonight. One of the churches every March does a hog roast, and it's really good, and it's by donation, and the money goes for like community projects and stuff. So Sam and I it starts at 5, so we'll go grab dinner from there. My first big group that I've done is on its way back towards Miami. It's their last sea day.
Oh,
I haven't heard anything from them, so I'm like, well, this is either good or bad. I'm I figured I'd hear something from them over the course, of the week. But I'm like, okay, no one's at least complained to me. So when they all get back, they get back tomorrow at 7 a.m. So we'll see how much complaints I get tomorrow. Because one in the group is just kind of like that. But yeah, so the room that I have a room tour that'll go up of that room at that jury. And even in the description, I'm like, if you get assigned to this room, and you're at this hotel, say no. I want a different room.
What? What'd you say?
That hotel in Paducah, that's right there, but right there at the pool. If you had kids and the kids wanted to swim and you didn't want to swim, it would be great because they have this big, it was really comfortable, big armchair that you could move over right in front of the window, open the window and sit there and watch them swim.
Was it on the second floor or the first floor?
First floor.
See, that's weird to me because most hotels, aside from the Disney hotels, but most hotels, the first floor is all restaurants and things like that. And all the rooms are on the second floor and up. I usually request a room not on the first floor.
See, I have an elevator phobia, and some resorts just don't have stairs, or their stairs are outside. We had that experience down in Oklahoma City. Their only set of stairs was a fire escape was outside. So I always request the first floor, so that I don't have to get in an elevator.
I don't like elevators either, but I do not like to be on the first floor just because, for one, you're right there on the first floor. Anybody can walk by your window. Anybody can try to get in, whatever. So typically I don't like the first floor. The only time I'm okay with the first floor, I stayed on the first floor at French Quarter. That's when I'm okay with it because the rooms are not attached to the lobby and where a bunch of people are going to be walking by.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I told the manager and I said, this room cannot be a room. This needs to be changed into something else. And she goes, yeah, I said, she's like, you're not the first person to make a comment about that.
They shouldn't.
If I'm not the first person to make a comment about it, maybe do something with the room.
Yep.
She's
I'm surprised that they have them on the first floor.
I'm surprised that they have rooms butting up to the pool like that. What if there was some creepy guy that just sat in there and watched the kids play in the pool? I'm like, this can't be safe at all. But, I'm not the manager, so I don't have to deal with that.
She's getting an error.
I'm really excited because I only have 2 more videos to upload off before we're done with, and all the videos from vacation are done and uploaded. It's only taken me till middle of March. But it almost done. So then got to start working on summer vacation. Where are you guys going for summer vacation?
We don't go anywhere for summer vacation. We take our vacations during fall break.
So how long do you have for fall break? Because that's over Thanksgiving.
No, that's Thanksgiving break. Fall break is the first full week of October.
Oh, we don't have that. We have. Let's see. Haven't checked my work email this week. Oh, good. There's nothing there. When we start school on the 16th of August, which is a Wednesday, and then we do not have a day off until September 4th, which is Labor Day. Then there's no school on September 25th, but I will still work. Potentially, it's a professional development day. And then the 16th, there's no school, but it's a professional development day. And the 27th, there's no school because it's a comp day, because the week prior is parent-teacher conferences. And so the teachers have to stay late, so they get a comp day. We don't. And then our first multi-day break will be the 22nd through the 24th. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Thanksgiving. And that's it. And professional development is so weird for us as paras because it's like the school makes the decision on whether they want us to come in or not. So we're always like, do you want us to come in? And typically this principal is like, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. But that we only have so many hours allotted to professional development. So we will just have to wait and see, because we have a brand new principal. I guess they've hired someone. They just haven't officially announced it yet because it has to go to the board meeting. And the next board meeting should be coming up. It should be like this week. But they were giving tours of the school to the candidates that they were interviewing. And I was it was a Tuesday, and I was helping out one of the TAs who was gone by doing the first grade milk run for snack milk at the end of the day. And he was showing around one of the principals, or one of the potential candidates. And I walked by a group of kindergartners, and I thought first graders were blunt, but kindergartners are much more blunt. And she had on, okay, you know how Rita Skeeter is dressed in the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah.
That's what she reminded me of. And she even had the big cat's eye, thick-rimmed glasses. And I walked by the kindergartners because they're coming in from recess. And one of them goes, that lady looks like a beetle. I'm like, oh my God, it's not just me. So I thought that was kind of entertaining. But so we will find out sometime this month probably who they ended up hiring. So lots of changes. Our current principal is going to the superintendent. So we have a new principal coming in. Just found out that one of the paras who's been there since I was in school, she started the year that I went in. I was in 5th grade, and she's worked there ever since. And she's been an amazing, colleague and coworker. Her daughter is graduating high school, and they're moving to Texas. And we got a text message about that Tuesday. And I'm like, no, sorry. We're locking you in a closet and giving you enough space so you can go to the bathroom, and we'll bring you food, but you can't leave us. Sorry. And I know somebody else has said that they're not coming back. So we're already low on paras, and we have paras not coming back, and they have to hire a sped teacher for K1. And we just found out that our structured teacher, who works with kids with, the more heavily autism type behaviors, is going to have a baby in the middle of the school year. So it's like, okay, so fall is going to be a little nuts. So we're going to be hiring more paras because we're already low, and then we need to replace the ones that we're losing. And it's like, I'm like, no, we're just not going to deal with this. Sorry. It's been a very lazy and very off Weight Watchers spring break for me.
Off Weight Watchers spring break.
Mm-hmm. I've probably gained 5 to 6 pounds, but that's okay. It was vacation, and I went into it with it's going to be a vacation, but I've pretty much been sitting at my desk all week, filming videos and stuff like that, but trying to still get my water in, and it'll come right back off. It's just like going on vacation, to Florida, and coming back. It's just get back into a routine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this conference I'm going to.
Yeah.
They have a winter one, which is in 2 weeks, and then they have a spring one, which is in July, which is summer. And the spring one is in Washington, D.C. at the Gaylord. And I'm like, oh, go to that one. And my boss was like, you picked this other one. You're going to this one. I was like, oh, but I want to stay at the Gaylord in Washington, D.C.
That's when you go, can I go to both?
No, I can't. Next year, I can probably go to one in D.C.
And there's so much to do in D.C. that's free.
Yeah, but you would based on the schedule I have for this one, there's not going to be a whole lot of time to do anything. I do know that since I'm getting there, and this was my boss's advice. So our first meeting is on the 27th at 8 a.m. There's no way I'm going to catch a flight and get there before 8 a.m.
You're going to have to fly in the day before.
On that day. Yeah, I had to fly in the day before. And he's like, why don't you fly in early the day before? And then you can go to a winery or a vineyard or something. And I was like,
that'll work.
Yeah. The only thing is I can't use my company card for the transportation to the vineyard or, tickets into it. The only thing I can use it for is for lunch while I'm there because I'm still on company time per se.
Mm-hmm.
So I can Uber to my hotel, drop my stuff off, then pay for my own Uber with my own personal card to a winery or a vineyard or wherever I go and spend the afternoon there. And my lunch would be paid for there, but not any alcoholic beverages. Well, technically you can have one alcoholic beverage a day on company time. But I typically, unless I'm with a group of people from work, I don't put any kind of alcohol on my card.
Well, if you're going to a winery and you're having lunch there, I would say go ahead and have one glass on the company dime. If you're allowed one.
Oh, cool. She said I'm in the link.
So I'm like, Monday's gonna be really hard to get up and going because I've been like sleeping in all week and just being so lazy. But it's been really good for like recovery because the next break we have is Easter break, and it's in less than a month actually. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 weeks from today. We'll have another coffee corner because it's Good Friday and we don't have school on Good Friday, and we don't have school the Monday after Easter, and then the 11th is a marathon weekend registration. So I'm off anyway to try to get into the 5K.
I want to Google the Gaylord.
You're just gonna make yourself mad.
No, I won't, because my conference is like, an hour away from LA, so I'll be driving into LA the last half of it. But yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, yeah, there is no time for, like, I have meetings until 10 p.m. one night. I'm like, I'm going to be dead because they're 2 hours behind. So it's going to feel like midnight.
Right? That's gonna be really crazy. That's gonna be really crazy. What? Hey, Christy.
Mm-hmm.
When are you gonna be in California? What are your dates?
The end of the month.
Bummer. There's a Disney Cruise Line social media sailing on the Disney Wonder out of San Diego, April 16th through 20th, and we can send 4 agents from MEV. It's included your cruise fare, port charges, and taxes, transfers to and from the airport, Wi-Fi, prepaid gratuities. That's not bad. Like, it's free.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I've just recently taken off a bunch from work, and then I'm taking 2 additional days at the end of this month.
Oh, it's $442. Okay.
That's not free.
No. It's a social sailing. It's pretty much, you're going to be in like classes and stuff. I mean, that's cool. I wouldn't be able to do it. And you have to let him know in like the next hour.
Oh my gosh.
What?
This resort is so beautiful.
I told you not to do it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, stop it. It's all of them, all the Gaylords are smaller than the one here in Nashville because it's the original. Maybe I can convince him to let me go.
You work on that.
I will. I'll be like, Shmeta, I think it's really important. She's the VP of the program. Like, I think it's really important for me to be here for this.
You'll have to let me know how that goes. What?
My employees having issues. These would be my recommendations. What are you recommending to me? Bro, you already sent that to me. Why are you resending it?
Meh.
What was I saying? Oh, my employee, like, she's having issues with a load team, a team that loads the stuff she sends down. They keep on getting errors, and it's like errors that don't make sense. So I've sent it to IT for research, and she was like, "What the heck's going on with this?" I'm like, "I don't know," because I looked at her information, and it's all accurate. So I don't know. You're so needy, Jesus.
Yes, like yesterday afternoon, I posted it on my stories on Instagram. I was sitting here at the computer, but I was kind of reading a book and watching Sam. When Sam gets home from work, The Simpsons is on, and he loves The Simpsons. And so I look up, and I kind of look over because I've got a window right over here. You can kind of see them in the it's all windows. And I went, "It's snowing," and Sam goes, "What?" I actually had to. I went, "Yeah, it's snowing." I had to look out the front window because I was like, "Well, maybe this is like a whole other like weather pattern, and it's not snowing out my front window, but it is the side window." And it when I looked up, it was snowing so hard, like you couldn't see outside, like for a good 2 minutes. And then it just kind of slowly like got littler and littler and littler and then stopped. And I'm like, well, this bites. I was like, come on, keep going. Keep going. You know, we haven't had a really good snowstorm yet this year. So I hope it's not following that saying about you know, if you don't have a lot of snow over Christmas, like you get a lot more of like the really bad storms over the spring. So I still remember last year was the first time that the tornado sirens had went off in a few years here. And we actually ended up driving because I went into the bathroom with Peaches and Sam comes barreling into the house. So we get in the car and I'm like, oh crap on a cracker. So we drove over to my parents' house. And the sirens weren't going off there yet. And probably we had been there about like maybe 10 minutes and the sirens went off again. So we just barreled over to my grandma's house and laid in our basement. It's like I really could go without doing that this year. Really, really
good. Oh God, people.
Crack me up, Christy.
I will say the hotel I'm staying at is nice, and it's right on the bay.
Well, that's good.
But I still want to stay at the Gaylord.
You are going to figure out some way to go to this other conference, aren't you?
Probably. What I probably plan on doing is like having a whole lot of information and PowerPoints and things like that of my experience this one, and be like, and this is why I should go to the next one.
Stay tuned to find out if Christy can convince them to let her go.
It all depends on budget. It has nothing to do with whether I should or shouldn't go. It all depends on what our travel budget is. I was looking at my shorts earlier, and one of the ones I posted was kept on climbing. So now I'm looking, and it got up to 1.6 before it kind of teetered off.
Well, it shows that it's not that, like, I went to Google Maps and it actually it's must have updated because now it shows flights. So I Googled from Nashville to DC and it's like $200 round trip on Allegiant or Spirit.
Oh, that's not an approved airline for us.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure.
I'll look at flights, and we have a booking system we use that it's linked to our travel agent.
Mm-hmm.
I bet our travel agent doesn't have to do crap. They probably make a ton of money. See if I'm still logged in. I am. All right, I gotta go look at the conference. Okay. It's only 2 days, whereas the one I'm at is the one I'm doing is 3 days.
Is it less expensive?
Definitely not. It's the bigger one. But we sponsor it, so it costs almost nothing for us. The actual I just put in 2032. It's anyway. It's less expensive. The actual conference itself is way less expensive because we sponsor it. So I'd have to go in this day and depart this day. That sounds about right. Let's see. Pricing. I know why the one I'm going to is longer. They have a class, an all-day class, the day before the conference starts.
Do you have to attend that?
Oh, interesting.
But
typically, they do American or Delta. Oh, there they are. They started. They just populated. I was like, all I see right now is Southwest. But Southwest is like $370.
Well, at least with Southwest, you don't pay for luggage.
That's true. They have a lot of Southwest options.
Okay, let's see. Is it a mail day or a no mail day? No mail today. That means no bills. Woohoo! I never understood growing up why my parents would get so excited when like we wouldn't have any mail. I'm like, but we don't have any mail. They're like, well, that's a good thing. That means we don't have any bills in the mail today.
I like it when packages come.
I like packages.
I have a package sitting on the counter in there, but it's not a package I like. We have a biometrics thing that we do. We go in and get our biometric screening, and it gives us like points in our vitality. But I'm lazy and I don't want to go in there and get that done, so I opted for them to mail it to me and me do it myself. And that's what I just got mailed into me, and it's sitting on the counter. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. I have until December to do it. But
just grin and bear it and get it done.
I don't want
to. I know you don't want to.
Oh, plus I have to replace the batteries in the oh my gosh, blood pressure cuff, because there's no batteries, or it's dead right now. So I'd have to replace the batteries in that first. Because I also have to take your blood pressure for it. Why did it not? It's fine. It's fine. For whatever reason, all my posts that are scheduled, they never include the location.
Huh.
I always have to go back in and add it.
I've been picking up some like really cute like glassware and stuff to make my videos pretty when I make like recipes. And I've just been picking them up at the thrift store because they're like a couple bucks a piece. And now I've got to start figuring out a spot to put them because there's just not enough room in my cabinets. We have been on for almost an hour. And you just seem to be getting busier and busier as the morning goes by.
Yeah.
So why don't we go ahead and call it a stream for today? Christy, what do you have kind of going on or coming up?
Nothing yet because I haven't edited anything.
And we mentioned this on your stream, but kind of there won't be any real dedicated magical makeups for a while, and because Christy's got a lot of things going on. So there may be some random ones pop up. So make sure that you go over to Christy's channel, check her out, subscribe, make sure notifications, and that way you know when the next magical makeup will happen. Because I don't even know. I don't think Christy knows.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, all right. Thank you for everyone for coming to hang out with us, and we will see you in another video or live. Bye, everyone.
Bye.